Now, tensions continue to rise in Kashmir, the territory claimed by both Pakistan and India, with Pakistan now test firing a ballistic missile on Saturday. Its military says the surface-to-surface missile has a range of 450 kilometers. Well, you'll remember friction with India spiked over last week's deadly attack on tourists in the disputed Kashmir region. India has accused Pakistan of backing the attack, which Islamabad denies. Now, for those who are living on the borders of Indian and Pakistani-controlled Kashmir, an atmosphere of fear has set in as villagers on both sides of the line of control prepare for war.
Just 3 kilometers inside Pakistan-controlled Kashmir, residents are preparing to shelter themselves and their loved ones from incoming fire from the Indian army.
When there's a war, we'll save our families in the bunkers we've built. We're with the army, and our families are safe there. These houses with tin sheets won't protect us during shelling. The mortars can penetrate the walls, but in the bunkers we're safe from shelling, and our children and families are protected.
Residents are preparing for war, but determined to stay put.
We are with Pakistan. We are not going anywhere. We will stay here. We just need some shelter. Our children are here, and we need shelter to protect them.
Across the line of control in Indian-administered Kashmir, residents there are equally preparing to protect themselves from the Pakistani army.
In 1999, it was more tense because shelling would cross over our homes. It was tense then, and it's tense now. After the Pahalgam incident, there is a lot of worry. Children are scared, the elderly are scared. Everyone is living in fear.
Despite the fear, villagers here are also committed to staying.
I was young during the 1971 war, and I lived through 1999 as well. But we have always stayed here. In times like these, we stand shoulder to shoulder with the army. We can't leave our home. Again, we say we will stay here. Where else can we go? We will remain in this village.
As residents on both sides of the disputed territory hunker down, neither India or Pakistan are indicating a willingness to de-escalate the tensions.
I'd like to welcome Sushant Singh, a journalist and lecturer at Yale University, joining us today from Delhi. So a frightening situation we have here. I'm curious, in your view, how close you think tensions are to boiling over. Could we, for example, see an Indian military strike?
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. And definitely tensions are running pretty high. And I'll give you 3 reasons why conflict looks likely. The first reason is Mr. Modi and his ministers. They've been using a lot of sharp rhetoric. They've promised that they would do something which would punish terrorists and their backers who did the Pahalgam terror attack. Then on top of that, you have this precedent of 2019, where the Indian Air Force fighter jets bombed a place inside Pakistan called Balakot after a similar terrorist strike. So, there's always an expectation that more will be done because of the rhetoric. And the third reason is the almost a kind of a disinterest and acceptance from the international community, including the United States, that India would do something, and we really can't do much to stop it.
Well, let's unpack those a little bit. First, on the question of how India will respond, how much public pressure would you say the Modi government is under to deliver a firm response here?
So the pressure is essentially, it is trapped by its own image, the kind of rhetoric that it has used, the kind of language that Mr. Modi has used, and the way he has earlier conducted himself and won the elections on the back of a strike in 2019 makes it very difficult for him to get out of it. The rhetoric, if you see on Indian television channels, Indian newspapers, Indian social media, is very, very high. They're baying for blood. They're asking for revenge. They want people to be punished. They want Pakistan to be completely targeted. A large number of actions have been taken against Pakistan. No import of goods from Pakistan. No export of Indian goods to Pakistan. No Pakistani ships. No use of Indian airspace by Pakistani aircraft. Suspension of water treaties, and so on and so forth, including Pakistani artists, Pakistani music, Pakistani social media handles. Everything has been banned in India. So there's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of pressure, and Mr. Modi and his government are trapped by their own image, by their own rhetoric, and what they've done earlier.
Well, just to wonder if there are off-ramps here. You mentioned the precedent in 2019. In that situation, what worked in helping de-escalate the situation?
In 2019, if you remember, Claire, the NATO forces were still inside Afghanistan, and the United States and other NATO partners were not interested in things completely going out of hand in the region. Now there are no NATO forces in Afghanistan, which require Pakistan to supply that area or require stability in that region. So the interest in the region has completely has declined. In 2019, the Trump administration, that was Trump 1.0, it really pressed very hard on both India and Pakistan to de-escalate at a point. Secondly, there was some back channel that was still on between India and Pakistan. The Indian and Pakistani intelligence chiefs could speak and negotiate among themselves and find a ramp off. Thirdly, the incident itself was very lucky. The Indian Air Force jets missed the target. No Pakistani died, whether military or civilian, women or children. Then the Indian pilot who was shot down actually survived, was alive, and was quickly handed over by the Pakistani side within a couple of days. So that allowed de-escalation to very quickly happen. There were a large number of off-ramps. So there was a lucky break. There was there was interest from the West, and there was a back channel through the intelligence chiefs. All those three things, this time at least two of them are clearly not there, and the third one also looks unlikely.
Well, thank you so much for providing us with this important context. We've been speaking with Sushant Singh.
Thank you, Claire.